zenith of the Lion's Gate energy. It is 8-8 today, which means we have reached the highest point in this intense Lion's Gate energy. So, what does that mean for you? Well, as always, you have a choice. You can use this intense energy to move yourself forward to get a greater alignment and really expand in your spiritual journey. Or you can allow this energy to push you around and descend into chaos and confusion. You always have a choice. But today, I'm going to help you learn how to make the choice that will be for your highest good. Welcome, everyone. I'm Dr. Marcia Martin, the Heart Healer, and I am so excited to be here with you on this auspicious day. Now, I want you to recognize that because we are moving as a consciousness into an ascended place of being, this is a world, a global shift, we are experiencing many intense periods of energy. These intense energies, though, are not supposed to throw you off. They're not supposed to just leave you reeling and make you wonder how you're going to get through the next 24 hours. They are supposed to be used by you to help you hone your energy, hone your alignment, and gain even more support than you had previously. But during episodes like this, I usually get two different questions from people. And the first is a fear based question, which says, "Oh, I feel really overwhelmed. I think the dark is after me. I need to understand how to defeat the dark." And then, because we are in the energy of an 8, the other question that I often get is, "Well, how do I get more money?" Today, what I want to share with you is an understanding of what the Lion's Gate portal is, and give you an understanding of energy and intensity and how you can use it. And then I want you to make your own determination about where you need to be and what you need to do. If we are constantly allowing an outside force to dictate how we're going to show up in the world, then we are under the mercy of that energy, no matter what it might be. But you're better than that. So let's get started understanding how we can use this Lion's Gate portal energy to our benefit. And because this is a global consciousness that is happening for the benefit of all. First thing you need to understand is that energy is just energy. It's neutral. We can assign all sorts of labels to it that feel good to us, but in truth, energy is just neutral. So I'm going to advise that you apply the label of, "This is the most fabulous energy that I have ever experienced. This energy is magnificent. This energy makes me feel so abundant. This energy is really allowing me to expand in new directions." Energy comprises all things and it cannot be destroyed, but it can be shaped into anything with your thoughts and the emotional reaction that you have as well. Sorry about that, guys. Forgot to open chat. And as always, I want your comments. I want to know how I can help you and what questions you have. So let's remember, it is your thoughts and your emotion that determine how you're going to interact with this energy. Is it going to be feeling good, feeling productive, feeling as though you're moving forward? Or is it going to feel heavy, exhausting, and like you're trying to wade through mud? Now, when we are in high energetic periods, there is especially with this one, there is a feeling of fatigue and of exhaustion and of just lethargy. Part of that is, oh, Evan says it's been like a fire under his bum. Excellent. Part of the fatigue and the lethargy, though, is that as you expand to take on new, lighter, brighter energy, you may need some down processing time. And so the fatigue will come as a way to encourage you not to push forward. If you have plenty of room, which Evan seems to have, then it will be something to motivate you, to move you forward, to inspire you. It doesn't matter how it comes, the energy is ultimately going to inspire you. However, sometimes with these portal energies, you need some downtime to assimilate it. Just stay out of judgment and condemnation and decide that no matter what you're feeling, you're going to think it is the best feeling that you could possibly experience during this time. Now, notice that I didn't put any qualifiers on this saying, well, if the sun is shining, it's going to be your best energetic experience, or if it's raining, or whatever. Leave judgment out of it and just really use this energy to make sure that you are in your greatest state of alignment. If you are having difficulty with the meditation because the energy is not allowing you to focus the way you usually do because you're not yet used to it, spend shorter, more periodic times in meditation. So you sit down to meditate, it feels chaotic, you are having a really hard time holding on to that meditation stream. Stay as long as you are able. Get up, do something else, and come back again. Keep approaching it in little bits rather than being angry with yourself for not being able to fully get into the meditative state that you are usually able to do. Evan says, high energy, I want to do it all day. And this is a sign for Evan and for everyone that when you have done the work of clearing, when you are not holding on to a lot of negativity or heaviness or energies of defeat or I'm not worthy, when you have done away with that, you will more easily be able to assimilate these higher, lighter energies. Now, even if you have done the work, you may have pushed yourself beyond what you were able to withstand. And then the energies may tell you, okay, you need a moment just to integrate. And then they would ask you to be quieter, not to be running in all different directions. Remember, we want to take inspired action, not just action. So, inspired action would be to meditate and then do as the meditation has inspired you to do, rather than to make a bunch of phone calls that may or may not have a positive outcome. Jeff says an old friend called today. Oh, I'm so sorry. And he sucked the good energy up. Well, Jeff, I'm glad you chose to be here because we are going to light that energy back up and remind you that it was beautiful of you to be there for your friend. Let's put a blanket of pink and gold light around your friend right now and around you and around everyone else who is here feeling anything other than bountiful joy. Just wrap that blanket around you, and the angels are saying, wrap that blanket around you even if you are feeling joy. Do not be afraid to receive. Get used to making the energy become that high product of joy that you desire instead of allowing the energy of someone else to drag you down into their depression. It is so easy to do. So, Jeff, please don't take offense, but be aware when you feel that somebody is pulling away at you. You must take a breath get into alignment and allow yourself to put up a barrier so that you can hear them and sympathize with them or encourage them or whatever they may need, but you will not be pulled down. Keep your energy high. You do your greatest work when you are high, and you are least effective when you are low. And Evan says, yes, ma'am, I told the universe, thank you for today, this morning. And once that happened, I felt great, energetic, and ready to get stuff done. I'm finding gratitude is speeding up my manifesting. This is so important, and I want to extend it even more. Gratitude is more than thank you. Gratitude is being in a state of appreciation for everything that is, even those things that don't sound or feel so great. So, Jeff, for you, appreciation would be to be in the place of appreciating that friend showed you that you need to make sure every day that you are grounding and aligning your energy so you can't be pulled off center by someone else. So, this friend is gave you the service, and we can appreciate them for pointing out to you that your energy is precious and you can't give it away randomly or let somebody else decide whether it's going to be up or down. Yes, and Evan is agreeing that shielding in the morning is really powerful. And even if you just draw a blanket of pink and gold light around you, that is a beautiful way to shield. But those of you who are with me in the Patreon My Heart's Desire, there is an excellent shielding technique that has a clearing component first. So even if you forgot to shield, the angels have you covered. They will clear you and then help you shield from the inside out. As we move and ascend, as we become fuller, we need to use more advanced techniques. It's just like the same thing as though once you're in kindergarten, you are going to continue to use those letters that you learned about in kindergarten, but you are going to apply them in a much more sophisticated way. So let's not always rely on those early techniques that you might have if you feel they are not doing the job for you. Be okay to say, angels, I need even more. Or send me a note, hey, I need even more. And get the help that you need. So you have the ability to transform that energy, to shift it, to make it be your friend and not your enemy. You determine what it becomes. So therefore, should you be afraid of dark energies? Well, let's not answer that question yet. Let's look at what this Lionsgate portal is opening us. The Lions is offering us. It's opening up and it's offering to us this incredible time of focused energy. And as I said before, focused energy can become quite intense, and that intensity, if you are not prepared, can throw you off. Your best always approach is to say, Mother, Father, God, Divine, Source, Creator, however you want to approach them. Please show me the way in which I can work best within this energy so that you know that you are always in that state of aligned flow and not push or force. Oh, Jeff. Okay, we're going to get your energy up high, and we are not going to let those buttons be pushed. You are a child of the divine. You determine whether Steve and Mary and Susie and Johnny push your buttons or whether you stay in a place of calm and peace and joy. And these focused periods of energy really help us understand when we are letting our buttons get pushed and when we have stepped into that place of alignment where we are using that divine flow to make sure that our energy stays in the highest place. So astronomically, The Lion's Gate is when the sun, the star Sirius, and the Earth all line up to create the Orion's Belt constellation. And you will know that it is this Lion's Gate period when these astronomical images are above the pyramids of Giza. I want to call them stars, but they're not all stars. They are shining as though they are stars. But of course, we have the sun, then we have the star Sirius, and then we have our planet, which is Earth. And they are all in alignment with the pyramids of Giza. Actually, probably better to say the pyramids of Giza are in alignment with the Orient Belt constellation during this period. And all this means is the star Sirius usually is so close to the sun that you can't see it. It just looks like one large configuration. So there's a little bit of separation because of the time of year, and we are able then to see this wonderful happening. Sirius is the brightest star in our night sky, and it was said to infuse the earth with extra light, extra energy. So this is a blessed period from every direction. Now, the reason that the Egyptians were so excited about this and built 3 pyramids right in alignment with that Orient Belt constellation is because this signified their time of rebirth. This was the time when the Nile was going to flood. That meant the soil was going to be fertile again, and they could begin planting. And they were an agrarian society living next to a beautiful river, but in a desert. So they were very dependent on the Nile flooding and bringing up that rich soil from the bottom of their river so that they could plant. So they were very, very appreciative of this event that happened every year because it meant they would eat for the year. And this intense energy meant that everything responded. People, plants, animals, everything responds to energy. And Jeff, I understand we all sometimes are out of alignment. And it is very important that instead of standing in judgment, oh, I'm so out of alignment. Oh, how could I let this happen? You notice, whoa, I'm out of alignment. And then you immediately make a loving correction. What can I do? Standing here saying I'm out of alignment and feeling angry with myself for allowing it to happen is not going to put me back in the place where I can take advantage of the angelic energies. So notice, loving correction, and immediately step back into your place of alignment. This is when it might be good to do one of those 5-minute meditations where you just allow the presence, that inner presence of the Christ, to flood through your entire being. So you wash away any darkness that may have been picked up from the world, and you just remember who you are. Be like the Egyptians celebrate the Nile rising in one of these 5-minute meditations. So just pretend that you're a river and it is time for this river to flood. You bring the energy that is within you, that's located right here in the energetic heart space. You bring that energy up and then you allow it to flow through you with the help of the Christ energy, the Christ consciousness. This energy will only be the energy of love. So if you are finding that you're being critical, again, lovingly let it go. You have the choice about how you want to respond to the energy. And it's very important that you choose your response without criticism. If you go in critical, It's really difficult to get to that state, that place of unconditional love. So go in neutral and allow the Christ consciousness to flood your being and bring you back to that exalted state of love, joy, and peace. Just remember, you're the Nile flooding your banks, bringing with you that fertile soil of love so that you can wash away and all the dark and plant in that soil that which you desire. Evan says if he's not in a space to meditate, he uses breathing techniques. Again, brilliant. And let's remember too, breathing is wonderful, tapping is wonderful, the EFT tapping, and also take a walk. You can have a walking meditation where you just spend your time in appreciation for the birds, the butterflies, the flowers, the wonderful scents and smells, the bounty that exists around us at all times. Let's remember that we have powerful forces for good that we can tap into continuously. So we cannot allow ourselves to spend time even thinking about the dark or giving the dark any of our attention. Our attention gives that power, and it's more difficult to disassociate it from it when you have spent time entertaining it than when you go to neutral. So breathe, meditate, walk, do something that will get you back to your neutral space where you can engage with your state of alignment. Now, I thought it was very interesting because this is one of the most powerful Lions Gates that we have ever experienced. And you will notice that as we become a more awakened populace, these energies are getting more and more intense. So who knows what next year is going to be like? But this year, the scientists are able to report that it's the most energetic light ever seen emanating from the sun. It is solar gamma radiation in tera-electron volt range. Now, the tera-electron volt range apparently is very high, and this is getting to be so high that scientists are not understanding how it is possible. The emissions are brighter than any theoretic models predicted or believed it was possible to reach. So, Jeff, yeah, you got a little out of sorts with all of this energy. That's okay. It's just reminding you to take those few minutes every day and get back into your place of peace. Start your day off from your place of peace and appreciation. And throughout your day, remember to move back in, call yourself back in to that place of peace and appreciation. We are in supercharged light, and it is flooding the planet. So your friend that called you today is experiencing it. Unfortunately, that friend doesn't know how to reach for the light, and so they let the darkness consume them. This frequency is designed to raise your vibrational frequency. But if you're dark and have only this much room left for light, it's going to feel overwhelming, and you will retreat back into that which feels most comfortable. And if you are mostly in a dark space, the dark will feel more comfortable. That's why it's important to get a spiritual counselor to lead you forward. If you find yourself getting stuck over and over again, it is someone else to hold the light for you and ease your way forward rather than you trying to do it all on your own. Now, let's also remember that not everyone receives, even though this energy is planet-wide, not everyone receives. If you are so blocked off that the first moment this energy hit, that was all you could take. You are not going to receive any more. Free will is always going to apply, and the dark have access to this light just like we do. If you are a dark energy, you're going to use this energy differently than we are as light. If you are a dark energy, you're going to use it as an excuse to sow more confusion and chaos, anger, fear, just violence. You're going to use it as your excuse to behave in a way that is not in alignment. So, again, we need to ask ourselves, if the dark have access to this light, should we be afraid? Well, what can they gain? It's the energy of the 8. Now, let's look at what is combined in this energy, and let's look at the highs and the lows so that we can understand where someone is or where we may have gotten ourselves. So, the energy of the 8 is a higher consciousness awakening. Everybody is invited to step up. But as I said, if you don't want to step up, you may want to use the energy to try to create more chaos and confusion so that you can keep people bound by this mess and not moving forward. It also enhances intuition. Psychic abilities will become stronger. And you may also notice that more of your clair senses are coming online. We all have at least one that is dominant, one that you can use easily, but you may find that the others are also coming into your awareness. At this time, you may also experience unexpected endings. Now, I kind of take a little exception to the word unexpected, even though it will feel to the ego, oh, where did this come from? I can't believe this happened. If we are doing our work of meditation and alignment, it will be, oh, yeah, I knew that was coming. I chose not to do anything about it, or I chose to move forward in this direction because I do want this ending. I guess I just wasn't as prepared for it as I thought. So even though it's going to feel unexpected, if you really honor yourself and really check in with yourself, you will feel that you were moving toward this for a while. And this energy just brought it forward. And it may feel that that ending is not so much that something drops off. It may just be that something stops. But as something stops or something drops off, it gives us the opportunity to welcome in a new beginning, which means be open. As you see this other door closing, don't waste any energy on the door closed. Instead, start looking around. Where is the new place that I am supposed to be? Where is this new opportunity? Where is this new adventure waiting for me? And how much do I have to do in order to prepare for it so I can take advantage of it with greatest ease? So you will notice, you'll see the path begins forming. Don't run onto the path and be unprepared. It's going to make it very difficult for you. It's doable, but it's going to make it difficult. So as you see that new path beginning to emerge, take a moment, go within and align. Ask, is this the direction that you want me to go? What should I be looking out for on this path? What's our objective? Go in with guidance. Don't just rush in. You're never alone. You are never unsupported. We just forget to ask. Oh, thank you, Jeff. It's also going to bring us repeating number sequences. So when you see those repeating numbers, do yourself a favor and look up what the energy of those numbers is. You will be surprised at all of the ways in which the angelic community is using to get your attention. But if you never pay attention or you never do the research to understand what it is that they're trying to say to you, you're going to miss out. So you see that repeating number, the 222, the 111, whatever it could be. Take a moment to figure out what it's saying and how that's going to apply to your life. There was a couple of years ago, maybe 5 years now, I kept going through by this building. And I still go by that building today, but I kept going by this building. And when I would get to it, when I would approach, the light was always red. And I was always prompted to look up. I would look up, and there were the numbers 555. This happened over and over again over a series of months. And 5 is the number of change, but it can also be the number of chaos. And they were warning me, get your ducks in a row because change is coming and it has the potential to be chaotic. So by being prepared, I was able to navigate a situation that could have been potentially really damaging. And even though it wasn't as smooth as I wanted it to be, we got through it and wiser and more enlightened because of it. So use the messages they are giving you so that you can be prepared to flow with whatever challenge is coming your way. Please understand that challenge doesn't mean you're wrong, you're bad, or you're being punished. It is simply the next part of your journey, and always it is to help you ascend, but you can use that challenge to undo your progress and descend. You can. I don't advise it. I've used both. The thing to remember, the way to keep your forward progress is to ask for the support that you need. Everyone has the same support. It will not cost you anything but your time and your commitment, and that is to align with the divine, to go within, and to constantly ask for help or direction until you are able to move forward. Remember, asking is not begging or pleading. Asking is asking once, please show me the direction. And then, if you don't understand it, I'm not sure I understand that, please send it again. Or if you didn't get any information, I know it was sent, I didn't receive it, or didn't understand that it was received, so please send it again. You are in a partnership. It's not a one-upmanship. It's not a you are by yourself ship. It is you in partnership with the divine, but it requires a certain level of trust and commitment. So by not begging, you are stating, I trust that God will answer me. By not pleading and going back again and again and again with the same request, you are saying, I am certain that my prayer has been heard and answered, and I need to open up or find a way to get that answer. So I can ask for clarification because I didn't understand, but I cannot beat down the door saying, why won't you answer me? They have always answered. Evan says, we'll know which situation to prepare for. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And no, they're saying, I love when they give us answers like this. what I want you to do is prepare to be your highest version of yourself in every situation, so that when the situation begins unfolding and you are feeling like, ooh, maybe I'm not up to this task, you will not crumble and run away in defeat and try to hide. You will go within and say, the situation that is unfolding is requiring a lot from me. Please help me answer the call. You do this best when you go in fully aware of your strengths and actively participating with the divine. So, you can just go through your day, la, 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 I don't have any responsibility. I'm just going to take life as it comes. Or you go through your day, my responsibility is to be the best version of myself in every minute of the day that I can, and to use the spiritual tools that have been gifted to me by the divine, to use my alignment and to use that support that is gifted to me by the divine, so that I am always walking into every challenge or situation with my best foot forward. And you can always ask for another sign. You can ask for signs until you're blue in the face. But what I want you to do, the thing that's going to differentiate between asking for a sign and staying in doubt, fear, and unbelief, is the way that you ask. So I was always getting this 555 message, and then they would send crows. All of these signs of change, and the crows would be 5 crows in a row, and they would line up wherever I would go, and they would caw when I would thinking something that was really significant. They were preparing me to be at my best, so that when I entered this, I would have extra reserves to move through this with minimal damage and wonderful growth. So, yes, you can ask for as many signs as you need, but you don't say, oh, I can't believe you didn't send me a sign. I'm here waiting. I'm waiting. God, don't you love me? Why don't you love me? Oh my gosh, I knew you didn't love me. I knew it. I'm all alone here. Oh, it's making me so sad that I can't get a sign. Nothing is getting through that. It's like you encased yourself in a metal box and you're saying, please penetrate light, please get into me. You haven't left yourself any opening, not even a pinprick where the light can get through. And you're saying, well, I knew it. There's no light getting to me. You are correct. There is no light getting to you. However, it is because you are a cement block against it. So you say, God, I need help with this thing. And then you wait for an answer and you don't feel that an answer has come to you. Or it's a long time between signs, or you're just feeling wobbly. All you need to do is say, God, thank you for always hearing and answering my prayers. Thank you for those previous signs that you sent to me. I still feel that I need more. I'm a little wobbly here. I'm having some doubt or fear or whatever it is. Please send another sign. Or sometimes I recognize that I have placed myself in a state of confusion and doubt and fear, and I will say to them, I have placed myself in a very tough situation. I am doing my best to get back into an alignment. And if you could please send me sign after sign after sign until I get it, I would so appreciate it. They can accommodate you anywhere and in any way. You just have to get out of the way so you can actually interact with whatever it is that they are sending you. We can all choose to keep our head in the sand, or we can pick our head up, wash off that sand, and say, okay, my responsibility is to be alert and aware and to take these signs that are being given to me and help chart a course. That is going to be your best way forward. Evan says, okay, so they are preparing us to be in a balanced state and in the highest vibe we can be for the event to take place. They won't do anything until we're ready, even if we don't feel ready, correct? Yes and no, again. They are always doing something. You may not be able to interact with it, and that's the difference. So they're not sitting on the sidelines. Gee, we hope Evan's going to step up to the plate. Oh, gosh. Oh, I'm falling asleep because it's taking Evan so long. They are busy trying to get your attention and to motivate and inspire you in every possible way. It's just up to us whether we recognize that we are being inspired and motivated, or whether we sit on the bench and say, gosh, I don't know why I never get to play. Everybody is being invited to play. You must choose to join the game. What they will not do is knock you over to get you to take advantage of what they're sharing. They share it, but they are asking you to take that step toward them. So remember, we're in a partnership, not I'm better than you. You're not down here and they're not up here. You're in a partnership. So they are expecting you to do your share. They see you as capable. They see you as more than enough. Even in your darkest moments, they see you as perfect, which is what you really are. You are perfect for every moment in which you are living. What you are not is complete. That's what the journey is all about. So you finish one challenge, you are overflowing with an abundance of everything that you need to defeat that challenge. And you did. You did it. You're amazing. You're on another level now. Well, here comes a new challenge. And now it's okay. They recognize you're going to have to level up again, get more skills, build more trust and certainty, flex those muscles. They recognize you're going to need help because you have the skills for this level and you need to acquire them so you can go up to this level. That's what they are helping you do, but you must be that active participant, or free will is worthless. They're never going to push you when you said no, thank you. If you say yes, but I'm feeling kind of confused, they'll help you. If you said no, I'm not ready, it's too scary, I can't even imagine it, they will keep inviting you, but they will not push you into a place where they can cause you to shut down with fear. So we're always being encouraged to grow. But if the gap is this big and you really only feel comfortable learning in this amount, they're going to help you learn little amounts instead of asking you to learn all this. After you've been on the spiritual path for a while, they may ask you to learn all this because you're ready. But it is always when you are ready. There's never any forcing. So now let's take a look at what else you're getting from this 8 energy and from this Lionsgate portal energy in particular. So we're getting new beginnings, and we are going to get that greater feeling of, and Evan, you said it earlier, being energized, awake, and aligned. If you are not feeling it at the moment, it means you are processing or you need to spend more time with the divine. Oh, and I already told you about the repeating numbers and possibly prophetic dream messages. Now, be careful with dreams. I do get a lot of fear-based questions around dreams. Dreams are not an indicator of what's going to happen. They are showing you what you are processing, either so that you can clear and heal it and remove it from your energetic stream, or they're giving you an idea of what is possible. Also, instant manifestation. You may really be seeing during this time that your manifestations are coming much more quickly. And perhaps frequent deja vu, synchronicities, and spiritual downloads, and even unexpected transitions. So let's say, and again, there's that word unexpected. It is such an ego word because we know when we are in alignment, even if we don't acknowledge that with this change is coming, we can feel it. We might not want it. We may think that it's something that we want to fight against, but we will feel this change coming, even if we are choosing not to participate with it. So, transitions that if you really get into your meditative state and ask yourself, did I know that this was coming? You would have to say, yes. You might not know the ins and outs of it, but you will know something big is coming and you are being prepared to receive it. And the other thing about energy of this type is that it's going to be an extremely positive transformation. Now, I want to put a caveat on that because that time in my life where I was seeing the 555 on the building has become an extremely powerful positive transition, but it meant that I had to go through some pretty dark stuff. So please don't think that it's all going to be joy and sunshine because you are making a positive transformation. What is dark in you must be released in order for you to ascend properly. And remember, dark doesn't mean bad. Sin doesn't mean bad. Mistake doesn't mean bad. It simply means that it is energy that is not in alignment with your highest good, and it has the potential to hold you back from who you came here to be and who you could be at your most powerful. But there is nothing bad about you. There is only the part of you that may not yet be as fully developed as it could be. So it's an invitation to let go of that and those parts of you that are lesser so that you can open to the parts of you that are greater. And everyone has them. So I don't want to get any comments. I don't have any greater parts. You may not have met them yet, but they are there. I want to just take a minute while we are in this incredible energy to look at the origin of the power of Lionsgate, because it is one of the most important things that you must remember on this spiritual journey. The origin of power through this Lionsgate event is within. It may feel as though energy is pouring down upon you and it's either lighting you up or pushing you down. But the origin of the energy is within. Everyone has a connection to the divine right here in your energetic heart space. And everything that you interact with comes from this place and expands outward. If it is something that is unwanted, it is because you are holding pain in this space and you've separated from the divine to worship the pain, and you are giving your attention to the pain. And as you give your attention to it, you bring that into manifestation. If it is a challenge, it is not of a pain origin, it will be of a divine origin, and it will be asking you to rise. If it's of pain, it will depress you, at best keep you the same, but at worst really repress your ability to move forward. The Lionsgate energy also tells us to reach beyond the fear of failing and go beyond what's possible. We have no idea what's possible. We only know what we were able to do yesterday. So let's not begin today saying to ourselves, well, it's only possible for me to do X, Y, and Z. Today is a new day. Today, it may be possible for you to do everything. Or it may just be possible for you to make infinitesimal progress. Anything is okay. You just need to move beyond the place where you are afraid you will fail and out into the place where you are willing to try. Everything that you try is not going to be a success, but it will help you reach your success. So, the dark like to keep things easy on the surface and use the energy to control others. You will know if you're allowing your energy to be manipulated or to be um, interacted with by the dark if you are feeling like, gosh, this is really easy, but you don't have a sense of satisfaction, or you feel as though you may be being controlled by others. Often, when I have allowed myself to interact with the dark, I was told, this is so easy. Now, I must say, it didn't feel easy to me. It felt easy that, yeah, they're having it easy because I'm doing the work. But I also didn't feel free. I felt controlled by what they wanted and was told it was easy because I was doing the heavy lifting for them. So the dark like to tell you it's really easy and then take away all of your ability to make decisions and control you and the outcome. If you feel that is happening to you, you simply go within. This is unacceptable. I don't like this. God, show me the way forward. What are some of the side effects for those of us who are sensitive empaths? And does the fact that there are side effects to the Lionsgate energy mean that the dark gain control? Well, some of the side effects as we are stretching and expanding can be tiredness, exhaustion, and fatigue. And it just indicates you might have been pressing forward too much and not giving yourself time to fully integrate. So they're kind of giving you a timeout on purpose. But since you are filling with some of the most powerful and beautiful light possible, the dark have nowhere to hide. They have no way to control you because there's no way for them to manipulate you through pain or confusion or chaos as long as you are allowing yourself to fully receive these beautiful light energies. So the way that you can best control any dark interference is to be filled with light. Instead of worrying about what they're doing over there, because the dark is going to do its thing always, worry about you. And they asked me to change the word. Thank you. Be aware of what you are doing. Focus on you and open yourself so that you are receiving the greatest amount of light that you are able to hold. This is your way to safety always. The entire world can be falling down around your ears. If you are light and bright, you will be able to manifest whatever it is that you need at any given moment in order for your life to feel wonderful. And this is even when you are in the midst of challenge, you still have the ability to manifest. What happens generally during times of challenge is we get consumed by the challenge and we may forget we have these wonderful tools. So always back into the heart, back into the space, that beautiful place of connectivity, and fill and fill and fill until love is all that you are interacting with. Lionsgate will remind you, go within to the power of the heart. Take that unhealed, uncleared trauma and give it, sacrifice it on the altar of love. Use this intense energy, which is just unconditional love. Take that pain, take that fear, take that trauma, and sacrifice it on the altar of unconditional love. If you feel that you really enjoy ceremony, I would create a whole ceremony of sacrifice using this energy that would allow you to place any pain or any hurt or any fear on the altar and watch while it is transformed by the power of love. And for those of you who are with me in that My Heart's Desire community, I'm going to create a ceremony that will do just that. I love that idea. We're going to use that bright gold lion energy to transmute fear and negativity and doubt. We'll create a ceremony of transformation. So let's make sure that we are getting in that meditative state on a regular basis, because we want to experience that personal positive change, and we want to take advantage of these energies. They are here for our benefit. This particular day, 8/8, is considered one of the luckiest days of the year because it will help you enhance your personal growth, your spiritual awakening, and your transformation. And when we stay in a high place, we amass great energy for personal good. Jeff says, for people lately to learn some Stevie Ray Vaughan. Could that be a sign? Of course. Does it feel good to you? Does it expand you? Does it make you light up? Yes, that is a sign that this could be a way to raise your vibration. Jeff, you use music. You use it every day to don't play the blues, play the joys. Find music that's going to uplift you, that's going to transport you, that's going to take you in a direction that will feel good. And I'm just joking with don't play the blues. If the blues somehow get you into alignment, if the blues allow you to open in incredible ways, then use that. Just make sure that you are using the music to lift you. Now, 4 people asked you, as long as you are playing the music and your heart is opening, you are in alignment. If you are playing the music and you feel weighed down, or you feel uncomfortable, or you feel dead, then pick another song. But use the music. So let's look now at the attributes of the 8, because we got this 8/8. And remember, anytime a number is repeated, the influence gets even greater. So 8 is considered the number of karma, universal law of cause and effect, which we know happens continuously. If you are holding a bright, open heart, you are going to attract to you other people who hold that energy and want to give to you. If you are holding a shriveled, contracted heart, you are going to attract to you people that also feel used and abused and are looking for you to either do things for them because they feel incompetent, or be looking for ways to take advantage of you. Give out good, good will come back. Now, I always want to be clear that it's not necessarily a direct correlation. So I know there was a long period where people were really hung up on the idea that if you want money, you have to tie the money to a particular source. I found that just to be a way to get people to give you money, because I wasn't sure how sincere that was. If you feel that you can bless someone by giving them money and that will make you feel more open, then you are absolutely using that correctly. Give money to a foundation, to some place that does work that you admire. Help them do more, and you will receive more of what you need. If you are giving the money, oh, I have $20. If I give 10 to this person, God will give me back 20, and then I'll have 30. There is so much desperation in that energy. You are giving the money not because you want to, not because you've been inspired or motivated or uplifted or made to feel enlightened in some way, but because you're desperate. So the only thing that you can attract back to you is more desperation. Let's learn to make sure that we are aware of how we are operating in the world so it won't come as a surprise when what we put out comes back. So, attributes of the number 8: a desire for peace, a love of humanity, and world transformation. Often we hear that the 8 is just the number of abundance, and we forget how much more. Yes, it is abundant world transformation. It is an abundance of love for humanity. It is an abundant desire for peace. However, the 8 also is an abundance of wealth. So it will help you manifest wealth, inner wisdom, stability, true justice, and spiritual consciousness. 8 magnifies everything. And on this particular day, because it's an 8-8, it is more magnified than just if it was the single digit. Okay, Jeff, that's a really good thought. Jeff says that when he's in a high state of energy, he attracts depressed people. So let's look at that. Your bright energy is going to attract some people who are really just desperate for any kind of energy. And that's just, I get it. And you can offer blankets of pink and gold light to those people. But what you need to be doing personally is raise your vibration even higher. Because if we're here, let's say you're here, and the depressed person is here. It is not that far for them to go up here and say, hey, Jeff, I see you got a lot of energy. I really need some. Can you give me your energy? Can you make me feel like you do? And Jeff, if you're not careful, you're going to find yourself saying, just like Marcia did for years and years and years, you're going to find yourself saying, sure, you can have my energy. And now you are both depressed. Remember, Jesus taught us a different way. Jesus taught us to go all the way up here and say to those people, you have plenty of energy of your own if you would just open to it, and I'm going to show you how. And then they will rise to you. So what you can say to depressed people is, remember, Whatever you're thinking about is what is going to come into your life. So tell me all the things that are going right in your life right now. How have you felt inspired or uplifted today? What have you done to help someone else? How have you changed your life for the better in the last 30 days? Change the conversation, change the energy. Don't let them babble on about how horrible their world is. We know their world stinks. You tell them about the music and the joy and the inspiration, and you keep inviting them up here. And if they refuse to join you, well, then you have to say, I have to go. It's been lovely talking with you. Here's a blanket of pink and gold light. I have to go. Whether or not you have an appointment or not, you suddenly have to go. And then make sure that you are shielding yourself and that you are actively raising your vibration so you're not so easy to get to. If depressed person wants to stay here and you're here, they're going to have a really hard time jumping up to meet you. So you stay here and allow your overflow to flow over to them. And when they're ready, they will join you in your high place. You don't have to be the hand holder for all the depressed beings in the world. So what do you have to do? You have to do you. Number 8 is also the highest feminine number of giving and receiving. So Jeff, if you're feeling that you are giving beautiful energy and you are receiving really low energy, you got to rise higher so that you are giving energy that is even purer, and what you receive in return will be energy of equal caliber. You're just too close to where they are. So you're giving beautiful energy of love and you're allowing yourself to receive their negativity. No more. Put yourself up here. No, I am not open to receive your negativity. I will give you love, but I'm not going to receive from you. I'm going to receive from others in the high place so that I can become more. We always want to become more no matter where we are. If we're here, we want to go more. We're here, we want to go more. We're here, we want to go more. It's unlimited how much we can rise. The only limiter is our belief. So let go of the belief that you can't go high enough. Now, the angel meaning of the number, and I do have a group starting in a few minutes. The angel meaning is financial abundance is on its way. It doesn't matter what you see in your checking account at the moment or savings account. Financial abundance is on its way. Be open to be in that space of receiving. It's also telling you that you need to step into your personal power and use your abilities, skills, and talents for your highest good, for the highest potential impact for yourself and the world. You also want to hold positive interactions and expectations and thoughts of positive abundance. So when you get depressed person on the phone, you must continue to hold your high expectation of a positive outcome and not allow depressed person to manipulate the conversation and get it down into the I'm so sad talk. Quickly, let's look at the negatives of number 8. So if you see these occurring, you will know that you've stepped out of alignment and that place of power, and you need to step right back in. And that is spiritual superiority. If somebody tells you why they are better than you or know more or think more or whatever, I would really question whether they are spiritual at all. It should not be something they need to say. It should be something that radiates from them that you will be able to feel whether they say it or not. Just the minute somebody tells me how wonderful they are, I get turned off and take a step back. That to me shouldn't need to be said. Let your words and your actions speak for you. I'm sorry, your works and your actions speak for you. The other downside is greed, tactlessness, blunt to a fault, perhaps domineering, sneering, condescending, or just superior in general. I find it very difficult to be in the energy of people who have this I'm better than you kind of thing going on. I prefer to be with people who are genuine, loving, and appreciative. And I believe you all need to be around those people too. Now, our helper today, and ooh, 5 minutes, guys. Our helper today is Archangel Ariel. Now, before I forget, I'm going to put here for all of you ways to join us. You can join our community. That's the Patreon community, My Heart's Desire, that I mentioned earlier. And that gives you access to all of the tools and techniques. You can join the mailing list and receive a free ebook, or you can join our Facebook group. Whichever works for you, we want to support you. So our helper today is Archangel Ariel, whose name means Lion of God. Now, the reason it's called Lion's Gate is because in August, the astrological sign is Leo, which is a lion, and this star configuration happens in August. So what's Archangel Ariel going to help you do? Well, she's going to bring greater harmony into your relationships, balance, cleansing and purifying, overcoming environmental concerns, helping you to heal your animals. Archangel Ariel is the one to call on for all of the environmental concerns and any concerns regarding animals. But she can also help you cleanse and purify your home and body, help you with your manifestations, and divine magic. Call on her today to really help increase this 8 energy. And I want to remind you, and I think I showed this to you before, we're not going to have time to get to it today, but practice that infinity loop of blessing and receiving. I often say it is an upright infinity loop or a number 8, but it is moving the energy down from your heart, allowing yourself to connect with the heart of Mother Earth and giving blessing that way and receiving it, and then moving the energy up and giving it as a gift of gratitude to the divine, and then receiving energy from them. That's in the Patreon group, My Heart's Desire. And I've got to go with my group. If anyone wants to join our group, you are welcome. This is offered through our nonprofit, the Heart Healing Foundation, and it is Pay What You Can counseling. Thanks so much for being here. I love spending time with you, and the comments were absolutely amazing. So go forth and be brilliant. Thank you, everyone.